Okay. Hey, welcome back to Big Happy Trading. Hey, it is Sunday evening, 6:33 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so Eastern Standard Time. This is the Asian Open. I did a video on the pre-market open and wanted to. I'm taking a flyer here on the market open, so my pre-market analysis was 100% correct. However, this gap down was so fast that I did not short this thing. So I've kind of been sitting here waiting, and I'm looking. This thing bounced all the way down to, what did we come down to? 65, 67. We had a 66. We gapped down from 66.03, which was the close. And right now, this thing at the 1 minute crossed here. So it looks like it wants to go up, but then we're getting, by our rules, we're getting possibly a rejection off the 9 on. This is the 5 minute on the left and the 1 minute on the right. And as I told you in my video, I might take an early flyer if this thing, the 1 minute crosses over before it gets to the 5. And this is more of a sniper entry. So I am long at 65.81. So let's see. Message 65.81. So I am long right there. So I'm gonna go, if this thing can get back to near the 66.01. So if this can fill that entire gap, then we will be good. So right now I'm in, as you can see, I'm in profit. I have not moved my stop because I'm only a few points up. What are we at 60? We're 3 points up. This thing could turn and go against me easily because I don't like this. So is this an A setup? No, this would be a B to B minus setup. But I wanted to show you that sometimes if you're going to trade with small size, and I really wanted to show this as a risk profile. So if you wanted to get in this trade where I did at 65.81, you could literally set your stop at right at the 20 and have a 5-point risk if you wanted. Like I said, my typical is 10 points. Matter of fact, I'm even going to move it up 5 points. So I'm only going to have 5 points of risk on this one. So my stop is not 65.76.75. So I am right below that. And like I said, this is not an A plus setup by any means. Now, we're still getting green candles on the 5, which is nice. But you've got doji candles, so there's a lot of indecision here. And this thing could go against us at any time, but that's predictable. When this thing crosses over, if you get in a little bit early, you can have some much bigger moves. Now we wait for this to come all the way back because of the gap down, and this is where gap downs are tricky. When you get the gap downs, those are ugly. I don't like the shape of this, to be honest with you, on the 1 minute. I don't like how this is flattening out and starting to turn. That doesn't look like it wants to go in my favor. And here's the other thing I would tell you: when things start to go against me, and the 5 minute is probably the true one we should follow, I will get out at a faster loss. I mean, 5 points is not a lot. I'm not mind taking a little bit of risk, but if this crosses back over and I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But it's moving slow. We're coming out of Easter weekend. It's coming down to where I'm almost break even here on this, so it's not looking like it wants to hold for me at all on taking this on. This is where if you're patient, the strategy is going to work better for you guys, because now it's going back down. We're not panicking. It's moving real slow. So we're already in it. So once you click the button, you put your stop. If you're only risking 5 points, you risk 5 points. But I don't just show the winners. I like to show the losers. If I have a loser, I'm not saying this is a loser yet, but by our rules, if we would have been doing anything, we should have gone short at 65.86, right? But this is where you got a lot of nuances in the market. And in my pre-market assessment, I don't know if this thing is going to, continue to drop all the way down. The news is not great. We had good job market, but you still got all this garbage going on in the Middle East and Trump, and so who knows? I mean, that's why I think the market is so torn right now. It's going back and forth, but it looks like it wants to go down, wants to go back down. After these few minutes, you had 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes going up. So I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes and see if we get any kind of resolution on this. If you were in this, your 5 points is you've got, what, $25 risk on an MES contract. But the 1 minute is extremely volatile and fast. We're watching the 5 minute, because you got, if you want to get a green candle over here. So we shall see. This is trading. This is nothing. There are no definites in trading. You're going to take a risk. And you hear people, we put grades on setups because it can be, an A setup, a B setup. Now, a B setup can be some of your biggest wins, or, an A setup can be, a quick loser. It's a probability. Trading is just a game of probabilities, right? We know that watching, if you watched my channel and watched the trades at all, we know that the 920 EMA Cross, if you follow the strategy, in the long run, you will win more than you lose. And then managing your trades after that is going to be the whole key. So we'll stay on it for a few more minutes. It's Sunday. My boys are on spring break, so sitting next to me, they are on their desk. They have a desk right next to mine, both on their laptops, and I'm allowing them to play Roblox. You guys both playing Roblox?
Yeah.
They're both playing Roblox, and for Easter, we had a fantastic. Our church put on a spectacular Easter celebration. Praise God, it was fantastic today. With all the little kids singing and the pastor, and it was really well done today. But so my older one, my 11-year-old, while we're watching this, paint dry here, my 11-year-old comes up to me. Was it this morning you came up to me, Amber? He goes, hey. No, last night. Last night he goes, hey, I was telling Mom, maybe I'd like to do like the Easter egg hunting. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, you're not doing the Easter egg hunting anymore. That's when you were little. And then we get a bunch of candies, because even last year my wife, she hid like 16 eggs, and in them they had like what you guys gave you money and all kinds of other stuff, right? Like in the eggs. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, you guys are not getting that. So this year, and I don't even know why, this is about Jesus and the resurrection of Jesus, and I don't know how Easter bunnies and eggs ever got involved. I guess I should Google that or find out how the heck that happened. But I did cave, and I let him buy some Robux, which is like, I might as well have been lighting my money on fire. Robux is where they can buy different skins, or they can buy characters. What else can you guys garbage with that? Can you buy?
Items.
Oh, items, yeah, items they don't actually need just to look cool with other friends. All right, looks like it's going our way. So it's looking good so far. Yeah, so absolutely Robux is. I might as well just set that money on fire than to. All right, so this one's working out in our favor right now. All right, so we are up. So we're up 5 points. So we're not going to set the stop inside yet. Now, if you're aggressive and you really are trying to protect capital, you could set your stop, 2 points inside your entry and have a no risk trade. I mean, you really could do that. I typically wait till I get to 10 points before I will set my stop to break even. And now, if I see this thing wants to go against me, or if I see any other strong signs, then I would move my stop. But right now, let's just see. That's a pretty strong 1 minute candle move. But if this thing retraces to 50% of this move and then wants to reject and go shorter, it looks pretty good. It looks like this gap down was a huge. So if we fill, let's see what the gap was, 66.03. Let's look at this gap fill. And if we get a, so we're at 66.03 and we went down to, so we dropped 30 points, which is, you know, from the open, which is, you know, 30-point drop is on for the Asian sessions. It's significant, but you know, it's not like some of the other 100-point drops that we've gotten. So I think we may go back. We may go 15 points if we retrace to 50% of this. I think this is an area we might want to look at. Maybe getting a. Let's look at a. We might get a rejection somewhere in here. At 65.87, something like that. We're right up there, or 65.90, somewhere in that range. Yeah, 65.90. We may be getting a rejection up there. I don't like the shape of this candle going down here. We're not going to panic. On the 5-minute here, we got up across the 9, and if we can have support off this 9 and continue back up to the 20, if we get back up and bring across this 20, this could end up being a pretty good trade. And again, I think our target would be trying to get back close to the 66.03, which was Thursday's close. And if we do that, that's a pretty strong move. Let's look at the 15-minute. So the 15-minute, this is still well below our this gap down. On we were coming down, the gapped up, and then it came across, and then the market closed. But all the higher time frames. Let's look at the 30-minute. Yeah, 30-minute, the 9 is below the 20. Yeah, this is not blasting north to the Venus. I think this wants to come back and take us out. I don't feel fantastic about this. We're going to leave the 5 points in there, since we have relatively low risk. So I have the stop set at 65, 76, 75, 65.
Story time.
So that's set. That stop set real tight. So if it goes against this, and that's right below. That means if it comes through this 20 and comes all the way back, you know, to VWAP, then it's going to take us out. I like some of the things I do like on this trade, and let's do a quick rule review real quick while we're in this. Is when you have a gap down, some of these become a little not as accurate of signals, but if we're going long, we like to be above the VWAP, right? If we're going short, we like to be below the VWAP. We are below, a couple of things that I do not like is on the 1 minute and the 5 minute, we're below the 200, and significantly below the 200 on the 1 minute. And the 200 is trending down, which is not a good sign. But because of that gap down, the 200 takes more time to recover. So it's not an immediate signal. Because we are short-term and intraday traders, we're not going to spend as much time focused on that. But again, we're only, 3 or 4 points above our entry here. And if this thing just keeps sawing up, and this blue line and this the 20 keeps showing kind of an upward trajectory, it looks like it wants to turn. The 9 wants to turn up here, and if that's the case, then I think we'll be okay. But here's the problem: is I think there's so much indecision, and I think this thing wants to come back down and take us out. I just don't. I think that we're in a downward trend. I think the better play would have been this. It's coming back down to our entry. We're close to our entry, but we shall see, said the blind man. I'll sit in here for a few more minutes. So we got, I know a lot of people don't like to sit there and grind deal, but I wanted you guys to see some live trading where we're actually in a trade. I do the trades afterwards. I'm still working on a way to be able to show my trading platforms without giving all of my account number shown and all that stuff. I guess I could edit the videos after, but then I couldn't show them live, so that's kind of defeating the purpose. I want to record while I'm live trading and be able to show my brokerage accounts, but if I do that, crazy internet trolls come get me and see my account number and all that kind of stuff, which I don't feel comfortable with that. So I'm not going to do that as of right now. Yeah, I don't think this market knows what it wants to do. You see that big candle was pushed right back. So because you got negative stuff going on with the war, we had a positive job market. I don't know if Asia cares as much about our positive U.S. job market as the New York market might care about that, but we'll see. And because I'm not listening or watching anything live or any live reports, I mean, who knows if Trump or somebody's going to make somebody's going to bomb somebody, or something's going to happen, or Trump's going to send a positive or a negative tweet. This is why we set tight stops, especially in such a volatile market. We don't know what in the heck is going to happen here. I suggest you do the same. Do not leave in this kind of crazy market where we're going in with war and this and Sunday night, and he's been having a history here in the last several weeks of trying to drop good news to help the market, or dropping some bad news and then just streaming us to the toilet, which we don't want to do. That's why I have no problem setting a tighter stop. Let's take a look real quick before I get off here. Let's look at oil on this chart. Let's see. So oil it's kind of like our market is, we're kind of going sideways. So when the S&P goes up, oil goes down. So oil shot up to 115 and some change, which makes some sense. And now we're kind of chopping sideways, so oil is just going sideways. So not shocking here. Yeah, we're about break even on this trade, so I won't sit on here all night. I will give I'll give a summary of how this trade went, but you guys, and I'll upload this video so you can see where good, bad, or ugly. I'm always going to tell you what I'm going to do. We 100% gap down. If I would have just clicked the buttons here, probably could have gotten in somewhere around 65, 89-ish and rode this down for, I don't know, 15, 20 points. Wouldn't have been a huge trade, but I mean, it would have been a winner. But you would have had to click that button like instantaneously. And on the 1 minute, you see exactly what we do not want. The 920 EMA Cross is not a good strategy for a sideways and choppy market. And you're doing the wave. This is not the market for this strategy. So when you get in, you're in like me. You're in the trade. You have very little risk. Ride it. Let's see if we develop a strong trend. If we can get this thing going back across, hopefully, and get the on the 5 minute and get the 5 minute 9 EMA to cross the 20, and then we get some kind of positive flow. That would be the best case scenario. Right now, as I'm logging off this, we're in the money right now. We have not moved our stop to break even, and I'm just gonna sit in this trade. I've been in this about 20 minutes with you here recording. I'm not gonna keep you on any longer, but I will upload this video, and then I'll do a follow-up video. I may, depending upon what's happening, I may trade the London session. I'm going to see what kind of volatility we get because my boys are on spring break, so I'm going to let them stay up a little bit later tonight. We don't have to go to bed so early. Looks like it's the green candles are very strong, so it looks like the bulls want to take this back and fill this gap, which was my hope when I got in this thing. It looked like we got shaken down, we grind down, we kind of found a strong base, and then once this 1 minute crossed, I could have gotten in sooner, but I wasn't believing this doji candle here in the middle. Didn't concern me. And then we had some downward pressure on that candle. So what I did, I set it. If we break this again, I'll get in. I set my order. We went across. I got in, and so on and so forth. And it looks like we may be okay on this trade. When this gets to 10 points, which would be 65.90-ish, I will set my stop to break even and have a no risk trade. That's what I do. That's my rule, and you can have your own rule, whatever you want. You get up a few points and you want to protect yourself, because the number one rule, and if you've not gotten my PDF, you can send me a message on Telegram or you can send me an email, and I will send you the rules. It's not fancy. I will send you the rules on matter of fact, I'll pull it up here for you to see. And I've had several people email me already. Hold on a second here. I'll do a quick review while I have you on before I let you go. So this strategy is a very simple one, the 920 EMA cross. I'll send this to you, this PDF. This is mine I made. This is not professionally done or anything. These are just my rules. Got my core philosophy of my trading, trading is probability. My edge, you have to create losses as a business expense because that's all they are, okay? The number one rule, and this is why it's highlighted in green, is protect capital first. That's it. And I only trade the MES and oil. That's the only things I trade. And then we go all the way down through. I'm not going to go over everything here. If you want this, you can drop me an email. I've got my entry rules, risk management, profit management, and then I've got all my entry rules clearly defined of how to use this strategy. This is basically the only strategy that I use. So looks like the trade is going in our favor. We are I'm going to log off. It's 6:53 p.m. So we're 53 minutes into the Asian trading session, and it looks like we're on our way to having a winner. I don't take anything for granted. We're up, looks like 7 points here. We get to the 65.90. I'll take risk off the table, and I will keep you posted. So, happy trading. I hope you had a wonderful Easter, and I wish you the best of luck in your trading. And connect with me if you haven't on Telegram. Drop me an email, and I'll send you this PDF. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.